Howdy, partner. Here to talk about my experience this weekend of Lyft. And let me just say, it was fun. It's always fun. I don't know why it's always fun for me. I guess because I'm a people person and I always tend to have information that is similar to the person that's actually getting in the car. So let me start off by saying thanks again for checking out my videos. I had about 35 rides this weekend, and it didn't even seem like it was 35, but it actually was 35. So, let's see. What I usually do is I stay home, I turn on my app, I have everything sitting by the door, so when I get a call or a request, I jump in the car with my keys and my purse and everything. So, can't even remember really the first one that I had. But the second person, it was, I just decided, I want to go to the beach. It's a nice day, it's not raining, California weather, like to see the water. So I drove out to the beach, to the Marina Del Rey. Didn't get any requests, but what I did do was once I got to the Hawthorne area, I turned on well, actually, I received a request when I got to the Hawthorne area, like off of El Segundo and Crenshaw. So I received a request. I go pick up these two guys, and they happen to be Spanish. And the funny thing about that was, I didn't know if they listened to Spanish music, but I just wanted to see a different change in music that I listen to because sometimes I do get tired of listening to rap and R&B, and so I put it on 96.3, which is Latino. So as soon as I got in the car, the two guys they started singing the song. Well, one of the guys sang one of the songs that was playing on the radio, and he was like, "You listen to this?" I said, "Well, if it has a nice beat, I don't know what they're saying, what they're singing about, but if it's got a nice beat, I'll listen to it." And he was like, "Okay, well, I listen to all kind of music. I even listen to rap." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's pretty cool that they listen to rap." It's a surprise for me that everybody nowadays seems to be listening to a lot of rap music. So I picked up these two guys, and one of the guys was saying, "Yo, we had to leave there because we was about to have a fight with somebody, and they decided that they wanted to move to a different area." And I said, "Why? Is it ghetto in there?" And he said, "No, it's ratchet." I said, "Oh my gosh, that's crazy." He said, "Yeah, he had never been there, so they figured, hey, they'd go there and get a few drinks." So as soon as he gets in the car, I said, "Oh, you smell like you've been eating some nachos." He said, "No, I've been drinking a lot of beer." And I said, "Oh, okay." He said, "Well, you must like beer too." I said, "It's all right. If it's not flavored beer, I don't really care for it." So I wind up dropping him and his friend off. The funny thing about it, his friend kept saying he was when they get out in the car, he was like, "Yeah, I like caramel girls." I said, "Oh, okay." And I said, "Well, I'm butterscotch." He said, "Oh, we like butterscotch girls too." I was like, "Okay, okay." I said, "So where are we going?" He was like, "Oh, just drive." And now they didn't tell me the address to the location they were going because they couldn't figure out what bar they wanted to go to. They didn't know if they wanted to go to Lawndale or Hermosa Beach or Redondo Beach. And he was like, "Nah, man, we ain't dressed well." One of them had sweats and one of them had on some like torn jeans. He said he just got finished painting something. I said, "Oh, you're all painters?" He said, "No, not really." I said, "Oh, so you're artists?" He was like, "Well, no, not not artists either. We just painted something." I said, "Oh, you talking about like graffiti?" He was like, "No, no, no, we don't do that. We don't do that." So I wind up dropping him off somewhere in Manhattan Beach at a little bar. That was pretty cool. And as soon as I got there, I was like, "So did y'all figure out the address to this place we're going to?" He was like, "Yeah." So then I added it in the app and I got paid from that. So that's a good thing. So after I dropped them off, then I turned the corner, I drove around in Inglewood, well, somewhere, picked up somebody. Oh, yeah, I know what happened. I picked up these two girls that were coming from Costco, and they were from Chicago. So I dropped them off over there in 60s neighborhood by Taco Bell. So that was pretty cool, and they said they enjoy Costco. Now, I mean, they enjoy Los Angeles. Now, the funny thing about that was I caught myself doing getting away from Century Boulevard because it's always crowded off of Century and Crenshaw over there in Inglewood where all the new Target is and Home Depot and all that stuff is. So I caught myself going down this one street. Come to find out, they didn't change the one street into a one way. So I had to wind up coming out, going on Crenshaw and busting the U and doing all that stuff. And they tell you, don't do anything illegal. Thank God it wasn't illegal, but I was able to get through the traffic. So I dropped them off. And then one thing about when you get a request, people request me because I have an SUV, which is called a Lyft line, which is you can get from 2 to 4 people in the car besides the driver, so that's pretty cool. And then you tend to get I tend to get more money with that. So after I dropped them off, I went to pick up these kids from La Cienega area. I dropped them off in the dare. Coming to find out, they one of them's played against my cousin who goes to school at Hamilton High. The other kid goes to Dorsey, so they played against each other in basketball. So I was like, oh, okay. And the funny thing, I was listening to some kind of rap song when they first got in the car, and I guess they were kind of surprised because I'm in my 40s and I'm still listening to rap. Yeah, I love music. I love all kind of music. So, and then I started playing Weekend. He knew the whole words of the song that was playing. So it's amazing how these kids nowadays knows the words to all the songs that play on the radio and everything. So after I picked them up and dropped them off, then I picked up this black guy who had dreadlocks and his girlfriend. Gosh darn it. That, now, I want to say that, trying to fix this. So, okay, so I picked up this guy and this girl, and the first thing that I want to say is shout out to the girlfriend. Her name was Christy, because she has been with her man for 5 years, and they're helping each other. He has multiple sclerosis, I think that's what it's called. And he said that he was driving his car and he had an accident, and all of a sudden his foot like froze up. And I know I'm having issues with my legs. I hope it's not that. At the same time, my son was telling me I need to drink more water and exercise so that my legs don't be cramping up. But he was a good man. He's a good man because he actually bought me dinner. I wasn't expecting that, but that was nice of him. But I dropped them off in Baldwin Hills, and just want to say he has a walker. Now, because I have the smallest Audi Q3, which is a small SUV, didn't know I had to figure out how to put the walker. So once I closed the walker, I put it in the back. It wouldn't fit because it was too long. So I was like, well, you're probably going to have to get out. One's probably going to sit in front, and one's going to have to sit on one side, and I'm going to have to put a seat down. And he was like, well, why don't you just lay it across me? So she wound up sitting in the front seat because I had wound up taking the walker, putting it in the front seat, and still it was basically too wide for me to even close the door. So once she got in the front, he got in the back, and I put the walker across from him and just laid like the wheels on the side where it's not actually on top of him, so it's not really, it won't be heavy in his part. So that's one thing I learned about having a walker in my car. It's kind of small, so I'm glad it actually worked out. So once I dropped him off, come to find out he went to a school that was similar, or he said he went to Daniel Murphy. I don't know, say Daniel Freeman. Come to find out, and I went to uni, and after I graduated from high school, we used to go to Daniel Murphy dances and stuff like that. So it's like we had a little similar things in common and stuff. And the funny thing, me and Christy ordered the same burger at McDonald's when we got our food. So you know, that was pretty nice. And he's a nice heart, nice personality, and she was a nice personality. So of course I gave him one of my Avon books. So after I dropped them off, then I basically, let's see, the last person I actually picked up was this black girl from a nail shop off of Stalker and Overhill. I never knew it was there. It was, what is cute about it is they have a woman's part and they have a man's part that's right next door. So she said she had just gotten her eyelashes done, she just got waxing done, and she got her nails done. And did I say it was black owned? It's black owned. So I like to support our people because they definitely make a difference in our community. And thanks once again. Like my page, leave a comment if you have any questions, and share on my social media, your social media. Um, Deuces!